Okay, we say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kwame Opa Wicks, and we are here on the grounds of the Capitol, and we expect as of tomorrow, this place will be overcrowded, and the president at about this time will be making his fifth, and I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, his fifth State of the Nation address. Okay, and we are going in there. The head of the executive is Honorable Akaros Moses Gray, and we're going to talk to Honorable Gwaikolo also, who will take us on a dry run. They will walk us through the protocol here through, and I am actually here with Shadrach Brown of the Liberian News Agency. Shadrach covers Gwaikolo and Bomi County. Shadrach, let's keep going. Have you attended one of these before?
Sarah Stan, my days at the legislature for the past 7 years. So this is a customary things at the legislature. The fourth working Monday of January in every year, the president, as per Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution, gives him the authority to speak to the Liberian people, meaning the legislature that directly represent the Liberian people as it relates to the state of the economy and other important issues regarding to the well-being of Liberians.
Right.
So tomorrow will be the fifth section of the fifth State of the Nation address that His Excellency Dr. George Manneh, we are President of the Republic of Liberia, will be addressing the nation tomorrow.
Okay.
And those
and let me interrupt you here. This is where ELBC will be doing this entire montage from tomorrow. Beautifully, what a beautiful backdrop. You said CCS, Liberian Broadcasting Corporation or System, whatever you call it, live coverage of His Excellency George Manneh, fifth State of the Nation address. That's powered by SPI, that's Spectrum Print Incorporated. And when I take you up on this side, right here, before I get to the honorable man, we see the setup. That is, we're going to be doing a joint setup here tomorrow. MCC TV and the Liberian News Agency TV. We will be, going live from here. You see, let me walk you through the split screen that you can see here, and that's the switcher. So tomorrow on LINA TV and MCC TV, you will watch these two different things happening simultaneously. But we will be getting live feeds from all across the country and fed into one switcher. We got a switcher board here, and so when you're watching tomorrow, you will be watching the speech in the rotunda, at the same time watching reaction from up there. So we have all of these beautiful cameras out there, all master 4K. We already have a beautiful angle. Ma'am, your name, please? Talk to Lena Panorama. Why you laughing?
Because you're funny. Hi, Lena Panorama. My name is Lita Nolden.
Okay, and anyway, we saved that.
We'll save that for later.
Okay, so Lita, thank you. So you have the folks right here. Now we're gonna go now to our honorable man. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Okay, anyway, I'm Kwame Opa Wicks, the Director General for the Liberian News Agency. I want you to introduce yourself to our audience, and then from there we go and tell them what is expected to happen.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Honorable Johnson and Gwaikolo, Representative District Number 9, Nimba County. I serve as the Chairman on Rules, Order and Administration for the House of Representatives, and that is the committee that is responsible for the day-to-day operational activities of the House. We provide the logistics, we provide the administrative aspect that governs the movement of people in the lower house.
Okay, anyway, congratulations. Nimba, you took the cup sunken away from us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Did you go home to celebrate that?
Yes, indeed. I was out there.
What was the welcome like?
It was very exciting. As a matter of fact, it started from Kakata. Nimba citizens in Kakata welcomed the team.
Wow.
In Totota, they did likewise. In Banga, it was even more a welcoming ceremony. then in Ganta, and finally in Sanikole last night. So I was with them, and then I came back to the capital, after all of that last night.
What part of Nima you're from?
I'm from Lower Nimba County, from the electoral district number 9. The headquarters of that is in Zikepa. I'm personally
Zikepa.
Zikepa. Yeah, that's the district headquarters. That's my, ancestral.
And you're Mano or Gio?
I'm Mano.
Okay. You want to say Mano, speak Mano to your people for 5 seconds, and then we go to.
Yeah. Well,
Now that we've gotten that aspect out of the way, walk our viewers through. I know we're going on this dry run. What is expected to happen here on the grounds of the capital tomorrow?
Well, yes, thank you. First of all, the State of the Nation address is a very important event, for the government of Liberia, because there's the day that the president gives his message on the state of affairs of the nation. In that message, we hear accomplishments that we'll celebrate together.
Okay.
In that same message, we hear things that were not accomplished due to whatever reasons, and we'll reflect on those to take corrective measures in the future. In that same message, we hear the agenda for the next administrative year. So we have to prepare for it in a way and manner that we'll celebrate our achievements and look at ways and means by which we will improve on those things we didn't do very well. Now we're standing at the Capitol building. By law, this message is to be given at the Capitol building, so we have to prepare for that. And so we start off with the joint assembly chambers. That's where the message is physically given. So that has been well decorated.
Okay.
Prepared.
And you're going to take us inside?
Yes, we'll take you inside. And that's where the invited guests, special guests, will go to listen, live in person, to the president's message. After the message, then we come down to the rotunda. The rotunda is where the reception will be. After a message like that, you got to, have a reception for the, invitees and special guests who have come, so that they can just fellowship for a few minutes and reflect on what the president has said. And then, come down while we are at that reception in the rotunda, outside in the yard. We'll also accommodate staffers of the Capitol building, those who may have been invited but not, allowed to have gone in the rotunda because that will be for VIP. So we'll have booths for them, on both sides of the yard. And interestingly, we'll also have a live TV presentation, if you will. There will be a widescreen TV outside.
I could see that. Right?
Yes,
yeah.
for people who will not be able to go into the rotunda or the joint chambers to observe the activities of the day, in person while they are outside here, participating in the whole event. We have broadcast booths. Yeah, we have stations where people will be, broadcasting the event. And so we look forward to really a positive engagement. The key concern we have is this COVID restriction. Yes, the COVID restriction. We are hoping and prayerful that, if not all, most of us have taken our COVID vaccines and will be properly attired in terms of our, mask and those preventive materials that can help to reduce and minimize the spread of the COVID. So, even at that, we'll follow the health protocol that will be given to us tomorrow.
What is it? Have you got some tip-off of what the president is expected to speak on?
Not really. The president has had this to his chest, because I believe, for obvious reasons, he may not want to let the cat out of the bag, because he wants for people to be attentive and, for people to take an interest, in what he's going to say. If you let it out, then it loses its flavor.
Right.
Yeah, so I believe that's...
But it could also excite people too.
Well, true.
If everybody said tomorrow the president will speak, that everybody gets a bag of rice.
Yes.
People will leave, and be expecting that. But your colleague is here.
Honorable Gwaikolo Gray. He's
Right.
the chair on executive.
Okay,
He's closer to that, than I am, so he may be able to, give some insights into, what the message may contain tomorrow.
Okay, let's go to Honorable Gray. Honorable Gray, you're no stranger to LINA Panorama.
Yeah,
Welcome, but first introduce yourself to those who don't know you, since the station always gets some new viewers.
I'm the chairman on the executive, we're along with the chairman of Rules of Administration, responsible for the smooth organization of the president and the message. The Liberian Constitution, Article 58, calls for the Liberian president to present his administration legislative program the fourth working Monday, and also at the same time be able to speak to the nation on his own issue of expenditure and that of the income, the state of the nation on similar day. So basically, tomorrow we have a very good program. By 2:30, guests will be seated. That's the beginning of the sitting of the guests. At the entrance there that I wanted you to show out there.
Okay.
That's where all guests will come to. Okay, no other entrance. And tomorrow we'll have EFBC and your station and all stations. Right here tomorrow we'll be talking to a lot of Liberians across here. And if you tune to the link of where we have EFBC, the cable TV, you will see it from the Capitol building. So everyone would not have to come to the Capitol building.
Right.
So right across there, where the Ministry of State, they are building some canopies. If you see the white vehicle out there,
Okay.
there will be some canopies where we have some of our women, the masses, will be out here, and then all vehicles will use this entrance.
From here.
Yeah,
Every vehicle enters from here, even the president's.
during the president.
Okay.
No vehicle will be parked along here, as you see.
So this whole place will
This
be
whole place
clear.
will be empty. Up there is strictly for the presidential vehicle, and then every vehicle that comes here. If you look at the legislature has two wings. On the right here is the wing of the House of Representatives. So all representative vehicle will be parked on the right there.
Okay.
On the left is the House of Senate. All senator vehicles will be parked out there. So all other invited guests that will be coming, their vehicles will drive through this entrance and then go all the way up to the left and get out. So that will be the protocol tomorrow in terms of vehicles. Like it was said, there will absolutely be no one entering here if you don't have
When you say
an official,
no, okay.
an official invitation printed and distributed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and also an official access pass, because the EPS printed the access pass. So we distributed the access pass. So those who will be entering here must have an official invitation or an access pass. And those with the official invitation will be the only group of people to enter in the Joint Assembly. Up there will be the Joint Assembly. And down here will be the rotunda after the Joint Assembly, after the President shall have presented a State of the Nation address starting at 4 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Once the President enters this ground, no other person enter. If you're going up for any emergency, we allow you. But to enter here, no other person will enter. So our workers, as lawmakers, we are 130. Okay, besides the Speaker, the Pro Tem, the Deputy Speaker, only 3 workers from the various offices will enter here. Then the departments, in terms of central administration, the staff, etc., will be entering here. Okay, they will enter in here by permission. So we'll take a walk, and we will take a walk, and you can be able to see.
So
that you see the bowl out there. I want to talk about the electronic bowl out there.
Okay, so
tomorrow those who will be out there will be watching the president live while he addressed the nation.
So there will be a live feed.
Yeah, there will be a live feed
from right on
from
this,
right,
from out here.
Yeah, from out there. So right in there, you can see now they are building the canopy right there. On the right hand side, you see the steels. There will be a canopy one will have guests being seated there, right out there, with the white car.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, people will be seated there. And right out here too. Okay, we might have another television set here, very loud, and people seated out here. and those will be our guests. I see the Capitol building, though it's under renovation,
Okay.
but we've gone to a greater extent of almost complete new renovation.
What
So
what
this,
will be
this
different?
place that
Yeah.
you see
Okay.
is where the presidential convoy will be. This area is a no-go zone.
This
for any
entire
vehicle.
area
This entire front view area.
is a no-go
It's a
zone.
no-go zone for any vehicle. Okay, and the EPS will take full control of the security apparatus. Okay, and on the main road, in fact, there will be some route, there will be some directions that will be given, so we can.
Yeah, let's go.
These are all people working here to make sure that the program goes on well.
Okay, so
Okay.
wow, it's very cool and cozy here, and that's the statue of President Tubman, right?
There's the entrance point where at that entrance, by 3:45, the committee on executive and of the House of Representatives and the Librarian Center will receive the president at this entrance, and the president will walk on this red carpet.
Red carpet.
We're trying the carpet.
Yeah, we're gonna be flipped.
So yeah, and he will walk in here. This is the reception hall.
Okay.
What we call the rotunda of the Capitol building.
Okay.
Where we'll be hosting not less than 500 or 550 persons. Yeah. Tomorrow, out of these things you see, these trains.
Wow.
The development of the government of the Republic of Liberia will be shown while we are having the reception. And then the stage here is where the president, the vice president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, the president pro tempore, and the chief justice.
We'll all be up
There,
there.
they will all be up here. No other person will be up here. The podium up there will be where, when we have in the program after the State of the Nation address, is where everyone will speak from. So you see these screens we brought in to show exactly
What will
some
be.
of the development.
And
some of the
wherever
activities.
is shown here is the same thing that will be shown outside.
Yes. But after the President's State of the Nation address,
Right.
yeah, to have a broader view of the developmental agenda, the execution of programs, etc., will be shown here during the reception tomorrow. Yeah, so you can see that the people are setting up. It's been set up for 550 persons.
550.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you see the workers all up there. Up there, you see, most of them are from land ministries and agencies, caterers, and other people looking to set this area up.
Wow.
So 550 persons will enter here. Once you don't have an invitation, I'm not saying access pass, to enter in this hall, you won't enter tomorrow. Yeah. So you must have an invitation to enter here.
The paper card invitation.
Yeah, the paper card. So the band will be here. We have the Liberian National Culture Troupe. We'll have the Crusader for Peace. And we'll have other groupings also here to entertain the people after.
And this way is where we
Okay.
headed to.
So you see the end there. When the president is received, at that entrance, the president walks up there all the way up
From that side.
From that side.
Okay.
Here's the House of Representatives wing that we are walking on to go up all the way to where the president will be addressing the nation. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So take a look down, guys. This is what it looks
This
like.
play will be red, white, and blue tomorrow. Down there. The AFL band will be up there.
Playing from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the AFL band, we'll have the media up there.
Okay.
Tomorrow during after the president's speech.
Wow.
So there's the wing of the house to enter into the John Assembly.
Wow. So if you're joining us, we're on a tour with Honorable Akaris Moses Gray. He is the chairman on executive. Where your phone? Okay. So still with us. Stay with us. We just had a glitch with the power, and so put your phones on. So we're headed there. Stay with us. Wow. Wow.
So
If
here's
you-
the John Assembly. Okay, you know we are testing the power.
Okay.
We have a standby generator, 2 standby generators, one from the Ministry of State and one from the Cabinet of Aid and LEC.
Okay.
So we have 24 hours
Electricity.
So we are doing some tests. 10 years. These are all people who clean all this place and work.
It feels so good
Yeah,
in
from
here.
there. Thank
you so much for the work.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
the ministers will be seated here.
All the white seats here.
Yeah, all the white seats for members of the cabinet.
So this members of the cabinet.
Yeah. Tomorrow, so tonight, you have the speaker, you have the vice president, and you have, right here, you have the speaker, the vice president, the president pro tem. There will be the only 3 persons that will be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, when the president enters, okay, before we talk about the president entry, here will be the first lady, the former president, vice president, former speaker pro tem, the chief justice, and associate justices will be seated right here tomorrow.
Right here on the right.
So when the president is received by 3:45, by 3:50 at this entrance, the president will be announced by the sergeant arm of the House of Representatives by 3:50.
So he comes from
This place.
from here.
And when the president walks in straight, within 10 minutes, exactly 4 o'clock, he should take the stand here. There, the president comes straight, he doesn't sit. Okay, he goes straight on the stand where you see the microphone installed. And sharp 4 o'clock,
He starts.
the president begins the State of the Nation address. On this end, we have the Labyrinth Center will be seated here.
Okay. So the left on the left flank is for the Senate.
The Senate.
Okay.
On the right here will be for members of the House of Representatives.
And that's you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are seated by committees on both sides.
Okay.
So in the back there, we have other guests seated in the back where you see the back there. Then we can walk up to see exactly what the media will be.
Okay.
The press will be up here and other people will be in the back.
Wow. Do we expect any breaking news tomorrow, sir?
Maybe there's a little much on the speaker.
Yeah. It feels.
Okay, so we've been doing some renovation before we go further. Okay, you see, we're trying to organize the VIP here now.
Wow.
Yeah. We're doing some renovation, but the renovation work is ongoing. This is locked up. So this whole area will be the host wing VIP section. Where when guests come to the house, they will be seated right in here. So this whole place is the VIP section. The
Wow.
entire place is on renovation. As I speak to you.
It is so beautiful.
Yeah, these are the VIP bathrooms. Tomorrow, this is the horse wing. We have 2 VIP bathrooms, and on the other end of the Senate wing, we have similar, so we can walk up.
Okay. So we're going now to where.
Yeah, that's the bargaining of the Joint Assembly. There's the Joint Assembly. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll have some of the bosses seated. Okay, some of our market women, our adults will be seated there. The media will be in the corner right out there.
Oh, out there.
Yeah, we're not allowing media institutions to come in the Joint Assembly, only by restriction. Maybe 1, 2, or 3 or 4 media institutions, like the Executive Marshal Press Corps, for example, or EFBC, could be right in there. But the entire media institution will be stationed over there. And we'll have people seated all there. In the corner, there will be the AFL band.
Up there.
Up there.
Okay.
In the last corner, there will be the AFL band. So tomorrow, you know, one of the things we try to do in the State of the Nation address is that there are people who are maybe disadvantaged, our older folks, our disabled people, for example. We try to bring a sizable number in there. There's some restriction so that they can have the feelings
So you want that kind of diversity.
Yeah, that's what we do. So under my administration as chairman and executive, I want that kind of feelings where the masses themselves will feel part of it. Okay, whether we see their president, whether we see their lawmakers, whether we know what the state of the nation address it. We call it annual message by Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution. So we'll bring them up here, they sit up here, they're very organized, because there's a joint assembly, and there's the fifth, what we call joint assembly of the legislature, where the House of Representatives and the House of Senate will meet in joint assembly, that the presiding officer of the House of Representatives will preside. It means the Speaker. If the Speaker is not here, you have the Deputy Speaker will preside. If the Deputy is not here, the Chairman on the Executive, and so on. So there's the fifth joint assembly, and there's the fifth annual message of the President of the Republic of Liberia. So the sixth annual message will be in 2023 during the campaign year. So we usually try to bring people in here, for example, from the disadvantaged community, for example, senior citizens, and all of those things. We'll bring them all here to have access to listen to what the president is saying, to be a part of what the president is saying, to be a part of what the legislature expects, okay, for the people of the Republic of Liberia. So yeah, it will be a unique program tomorrow. The only advice we want to give is that we want to be very emphatic. If you don't have an invitation, you cannot enter. If you don't have access passes, you cannot enter. Another thing is that we want to be very emphatic of this capital building ground. Okay, this is the first branch of government. Be very clear. There will be no protest action on the ground of the Capitol building tomorrow. So you want to present a petition, you can wait for the regular session on Tuesday and Thursdays, and you can come here.
Why are you saying that? Are you hearing of protests?
Yeah, we said that because we want to be emphatically clear. We heard that some people say they want to protest, some people say they want to come to the Capitol building, but the security forces will be in full control, and we've made those announcements. We've been very clear. In fact, the security briefing is very clear that 9th Street and 12th Street, traffic will be diverted between 9th Street and 12th Street tomorrow. So if you come in with a vehicle that is not a government-assigned vehicle or a vehicle of the diplomatic corps, you have to have access pass to come into the Capitol building here.
Wow. And I continue to come back and strike on this this particular State of the Nation address. What is it that you expect will be different from the rest?
I don't want to preempt what the executive mansion will say.
But what do you want them to say?
No, I don't work with the executive mansion.
What you hope you think the president will talk about?
I don't want
I know he's going to speak about roads.
For the fact
he's going to speak about roads.
Okay, for the fact that Article 58 says that the president must present his administration.
You spoke about progress.
Legislative programs.
Right.
Okay. So I know the president has presented our legislations to the House of Representatives and the Liberian Senate.
Okay.
Okay. What are some of those programs? For example, the fight against corruption. We talk about the issue of the code of conduct. Okay. To provide some punitive measures for those who don't declare their assets and other amendments to the code of conduct. When you specify period of time, you must present your assets. The issue of the whistleblower act. Okay. Where if someone isn't working in your office, for example, they can blow whistle, they can raise alarm to say you abuse state resources and you are protected. There's the issue of the Witness Protection Act, for example. There's the issue of giving LOCC a direct prosecutorial authority instead of waiting for the Justice Ministry, etc. So all of those bills, for example, have been presented by the president and all of it. So legislatively, it's easy for me to preempt what are the gains that have been made by the president, because the president must present the nation.
But some of them are glaring out there, like roads, like you got low-fi. All of these different things.
Yeah,
do we expect him to
do a lot of developments on concessions, agreements have been passed. For example, you're talking about now the Kusta, the Grand Kitman Road, the road across the British Pusher Island will be started, and other roads across the country. Okay, we can talk about the railway road, for example. We'll talk about other feeder roads, for example. But I cannot preempt what the president will say. But one thing I try to predict as a Liberian is that I think the State of the Nation will be a unique one. I think the president.
Are you saying that because now you had this one?
No, not because I had the other one in the last State of the Nation address.
Okay.
I mean, I presided over that from the House of Representatives. But I'm convinced the president will surprise the nation. I'm very convinced about that. What will be the surprise? I don't know. But I have that natural feeling.
Let me bring you back to Sarah to just remind you this is a summer moment. Mona Peno Youngblood. I see I called her name and then you sigh, you took a sigh. What would she be doing? I know I would have met her here, you know, talking to the girls, screaming at them. Y'all put the chair that way. She's an all-deck person. Silly question. Do you miss her? Especially at times like this.
I naturally don't want to miss her. She's a sister. I don't love to say she was a sister because in my memory she still exists. So she's a sister, and she played a very significant role. You know, I was co-chairman, and I honor her. Okay, and I usually used to leave the entire work with her, and I tell her, you got to go and work, you got to do the work. But again, it was a devastating blow, or it is a devastating blow to the legislature of the Republic of Liberia. So we all do miss her, and I don't love to really recount or think about that because it's an irreparable damage that nobody can fix, and God knew why it happens. But now, you know, Mona is a fire burn.
I know.
Yeah, so
if we go in the evenings on Tuesday morning, what do you think the papers will be saying?
The opposition will respond. I know the opposition, they are preempting. Is this, you know, sometimes people say somebody leaked the speech of the president. I don't believe so. When I was in opposition, I would sit first and foremost and know exactly what are the bills and what was submitted by the president to the House or the Senate. I will also know, for example, not just the bills, but what are some of the developments carried out by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I know she will post about that. And some of those who passed away during the course of the year, I know she will talk about that. So we prepared a speech already to counter. Okay, so once you listen to the President of the Nation, you will just add or you will subtract. And then in less than maybe 1 hour maximum, or 30 minutes or 20 minutes, you respond. And people all there think that you got the president's speech. No, you didn't get the president's speech.
Yeah, because
if you're thinking,
yeah,
the opposition will respond. But again, it's a usual thing, it's a normal thing. But I know the public will appreciate what the president will say.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Honorable
also.
Gray. And I see your colleague is down there, and he's Honorable Gwaikolo. He's down there going through. It's a beautiful, beautiful scene, especially now that the lights are back on. We see this is really, really, really touching. And imagine all of the folks in here tomorrow, the diplomatic corps and so forth. Do we expect any foreign guests here tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, member of the diplomatic corps will be here. And the president has an absolute leverage to invite other people.
Okay.
You know, the State of the Nation comes with surprises. Sometimes the president will want to recognize certain people in the business sector. For example, who knows? Tomorrow maybe the integrity board could be here. Who knows about that? Okay, these are things that happen during the
You mean the boy who found the 50K?
Yeah, the boy who found the money. So these things occur when the president recognizing people, for example, those will be special guests. So usually not just the current president, but the presidents of the Republic of Liberia usually take these things into consideration and pull the surprises. But again tomorrow, I want to say a few things like the health protocol. Okay, we expect people to bring their COVID certificate or do the rapid test here or do the vaccine. Okay, we try to encourage people.
Right.
Let me use the appropriate word.
Yeah.
Encourage them to do so. But everyone that will enter this hall tomorrow will be given the N95 marks by the Ministry of Health. Everyone. The only person in this place that will not have the marks on is the president when he approaches the podium and he takes off the marks to address the nation. All other persons will have to keep the marks on when you are in the hall tomorrow, because health security is very, very much important. And want all people to abide by the national security regulation.
Right.
Yeah, everyone should abide by that.
Right.
And another thing we've said to people is that if you're not invited, don't come here to embarrass yourself. That's one. If people take invitation and give it to you that belong to them, we have a list in there. You cannot enter this hall. So we don't need embarrassment. We don't need
you can't
okay,
front as that
because
person.
tomorrow if you come here and you were not invited, okay, the protocol, we have to take you off the seat and put the invited
You
guests
know
in.
our country, like somebody will just show an invitation and you want to verify. They'll be like, oh, you don't know why. And so most times, once they show it to an ordinary protocol guy, he just let them.
No, we have the capital bidding protocol. We have the executive mansion protocol. We have the foreign affairs protocol. Okay, that will be working. The capital bid, that's sending the House of Representatives. And we clear
on that.
They were very clear on that. You can be who you will not enter if you don't have the invitation extended to you as an individual. We even spoke to members of the legislature not to give invitation or to any other person, not even office staff. No office staff will be in here tomorrow.
Everybody know when they see Akaros Gray, and I have to remove the honorable. And you're the people's person or the people's representative. What will Akaros Gray be wearing tomorrow?
I just be a simple man, so just a simple guy. Okay, people center person, nothing more than that. So just be my propo tomorrow.
Your propo.
As usual, you know, it's a national dress code now.
Okay.
And like, I don't even know where you'll be in tomorrow. You're being propo too. But on a very serious note, we want the people to follow all of the regulations.
Okay.
We are very clear about the regulations, and all the people have to follow the regulations. If you sit home, you tune to ERBC or LNTV on your SACOM, you can see that. If you listen to your radio station,
right?
Okay, you if you get your internet, for example, you will see that. So we want everyone to be respected tomorrow, and there will be sufficient food here for the invited guests, for example, sufficient entertainment here tomorrow. But if you're not invited, you can't come around. There will be a lot of COVID restrictions here tomorrow. So I just wanted to tell you thank you very much, and I hope the people can see the beauty of what we're doing here.
Thank you so much. You heard the voice of Honorable Akaros Gray there, giving us a dry run, let's say a walkthrough of. So let me talk to Lida Nolden. Lida is the former Miss Liberia 2012.
Yes.
Lida, thank you so much. I mean, you've been following us during this entire process. I know you were helping on the bicentennial committee for social media.
Correct.
Talk to us what you've seen so far. Impressive or?
It's
okay.
Absolutely impressive. One of the things and the messages that we're focusing on with the bicentennial is unity. And so you see folks from all walks of life working together in here to make tomorrow a success. And at the end of the day, that's what we all want, a successful program where everybody's well informed as to what the government is doing and where they intend to go. So for us working on the bicentennial, celebrating or commemorating 200 years of freedom and Pan-African leadership, it's really impressive for us to have the honor to be able to see the behind the scenes and really see where we are going. We're encouraging young people, local and international, to take a closer look at Liberia. You will truly see that everybody is really working together, and I'm just really grateful that they gave me the opportunity to be able to, do this walkthrough with them and really be behind the scenes to see what they're talking about. Because it's one thing, to just hear it, is another thing to come and to feel the energy in the room. Everybody greets you, and you don't just have people idle sitting around. Everybody's working, and for me, that's really important. For anybody else that walks in here, they can truly see the work that has been put in. So
this is the heart, or let's say the nucleus of our democracy.
Correct.
Here, you got the executive mansion right there. You have foreign affairs, information, the barracks. You have the hill, what we call the Capitol
Hill.
Right, where all our lawmakers and so forth. 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Imagine what was it like? Was this place a little hot or something?
It was
they started to improve?
Non-existent.
Okay.
So you think of, You think of our rich cultural history, which is a merging of two completely different cultures. So 200 years ago, you had those not slaves, but those free blacks who came from what is now the diaspora down here, and they found peace or liberty, which is what Liberia represents, is that freedom. And so that merging of that culture, 200 years ago, we didn't have infrastructures such as these.
Okay.
So it could have been a hut, it could have been a group of people just welcoming them, but you had our local attires meeting with theirs. But one thing I think I can guarantee is the welcome and humility and hospitality of the Liberian people. It has stood the test of times. We've been through dirty waters. We've come out clean. We're washing our robes, and we are commemorating 200 years. It's excellent. I don't know what the structure looked like back then, but I know what the structure of our society looked like back then, and I know we're trying to get back to our unity and get back our status that we had, and we are progressing in that manner, if you ask me.
And I know all of us are supposed to know our history. We had almost close to 30 presidents now, or what?
I think a little over that, yeah.
A little over?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? Don't say Ellen.
Nah. I am not choosy. I'm not biased to any. I feel like every single president has played a significant role.
You're smart. It's just a thing you don't want any other president.
No.
If you say Tubman
Not
and
even-
Tauber gonna get pissed with you.
Correct. But not even that. I feel like every single
Pick
president.
Edwin J. Raw.
I think everybody has had a significant role to play. I think that everybody coming after will have a significant role. The important thing to remember is that as long as they're steering the Liberian people where they need to be going, then we give God the glory.
Thank you so much, Lida.
No problem.
And thank you
for having
so
me.
much. We're going to go down. And that was Lida Nolden. She came all the way back from the U.S. to contribute to her country. And she's working along with this bicentennial program. And I know somebody was asking earlier whether if there is not a lift. There is a lift here, but we had an electrical problem. The power went off, so we couldn't use that. And here we are. Y'all had it again, and y'all thank you so much. Oh, so we're going that way, right? Okay, so those are like just the camaraderie that Lida spoke about. Once you get inside here, everyone welcomes you. You feel so good. We're going out there where we will then go and end our broadcast. But if you're just joining us, again, I'm Kwame Opawix here at the Rotunda, or at the Capitol building. And you see, we've just spoken with the chairman on executive, Honorable Akaris Moses Gray, and he was giving us a full walkthrough as to what we should expect tomorrow once we get into this place. He managed to touch on every aspect, and in order to close our broadcast, we're going to get out and talk to Shadrach Brown. He worked in this particular facility. Shadrach worked in this facility for a little over 5+ years, and he's been doing this for a very long time now, and we're headed outside. This is the behind the scene moments, and when you come tomorrow, you're gonna see everything going to be totally different. And we're heading out there. Stay with us. Here we are. We're back here, and stay with us. We're gonna go out there, and then we talk to Shadrach. Shadrach, after our walk through with Honorable Gray, what do you make of it?
Well, it was indeed unique, and to be actually respectful to the discussion, indeed what Honorable Gray have done, it has happened during the past administration, where other chairpersons on the executive carry on their responsibility as chairpersons on executive. So, but with his role being played this time, modernizing the preparation of the State of the President national address has gained momentum in the previous time, even though there were momentum, but not to this point, to be fair in our judgment, to see like the past administration, even though they were like cleaning up, but to see a major renovation of the Capitol building, the legislature both wing, the House of Representatives, we got the Liberian Senate wing. In fact, it is just unprecedented. Many people like 2-3 years after before major renovation goes on, but to see this 5th session of the 54th legislature with this renovation is a plus to this government. So indeed, Shadrach Destiny Brown, thank you.
You're welcome. Shadrach, that's wrapping up our interview. Goodbye.